my channel.
Bing! Carly almost missed it. Okay, last time we did graphing. It was not a party, but if you made it through, good job. So we have been talking about exponents and logarithms. We started with exponents, and then we met these guys named logarithms. And the reason that they're in the same unit together is because they're inverses. They're related to each other. So we started by talking about exponential growth and decay, then talked about how exponents, exponentials, and logarithms are related. Now we're focusing just on logs. So we're talking about graphing logarithms. And today what we're going to do is called expanding logarithms. So it really doesn't take like any mathematical skill. It's literally rearranging logarithms. So you want to think about it like a puzzle. Like think about it like a game where you just have to make sure that you put all of the pieces in the right place. So properties of logarithms are used to expand or condense logarithmic expressions. Today we are focusing only on expanding. This skill will be useful when solving logarithmic and exponential equations. We can also use them to evaluate logarithms, but hardly ever do. We seldom do, because we can just use calculators to evaluate logarithms. So today, we're going to talk about properties of logarithms that allow you to expand or condense a logarithm. So there's three of them. There's the quotient property, the product property, and the power property. When you are expanding an expression, you want to go in this order. So the first thing you do is ask yourself, is there a fraction? So this is always 1. Then the second thing you do is always separating out your product. So is there a multiply? And then the last thing you do is the power property, and that's moving an exponent in front of your log. Like the Saharan desert. Holy moly. We're in a tropical island right now. Okay, so let's start up here at the quotient. So you're literally looking for a fraction because quotient means divide. So when you have a fraction, you're dividing. So you're looking for fraction. When you see that fraction, you separate it by a subtraction sign. So you put whatever is in the top first, and then what is in the bottom second. And it always has to be in that order. Top, subtract, bottom. So we're taking it from this nice little division problem and expanding it out into a subtraction problem. So let's see what that looks like right here. We would expand log of x over 5 into log x subtract log 5. So all you're doing is rearranging. You're hanging in? You're sure? Okay. Product. if you see two things multiplied together, you separate them into an addition problem. And you go in the order that you see here. So the first number first, and then the second, and it's usually a letter second. So what that looks like would be log 3 subtract log x. Oh, yes, it would be plus. Just check in, Cheyenne, make sure people are with it, with the program. Okay? So first one, if it's a fraction, we separate it into subtraction. If it's a multiply, we separate it into addition. And we go in that order. Check for fraction first. Check for multiply second. And then the last one, I don't even know why, but this last one is my favorite one. If you have a power in your log, you get to take this power and move it to the front of your log. I don't know why I like that so much. I just do. So this guy, log x squared, turns into 2 log x. We literally just take that 2 and move them to the front. All we're doing here is moving around the different parts of our logs. So what happens then if we have a base? Notice here we have all of the ones before were just regular logs, but this one we have a log base 4. That's okay. We're just going to take this 5 and move it to the front. And this one becomes 5 log 4 of x. And these don't expand any further. They just stay as 2 log x, 5 log of 4x. You're hanging in? Okay, so why do I say, well, let's go in this order? Well, the puzzle aspect comes in because lots of times they're going to give you more than one property to work with. So they're going to give you a log where you need to do the product rule and the power rule, or the quotient rule or all three. Sometimes you might have to do all three. So it's super easy when it's just one, but when it's all three, you have to be careful. So all 4 at the bottom are expand, guys. I'm going to go through each of these, and then we're going to do several on your whiteboard. That's why I said you need your whiteboard today. Ready? Great. Number 1 is one of the easier ones. So step number 1, we look for a fraction. No fraction, so then we drop down to the product rule, and we look for a multiply. This is a multiply. So we're going to expand this into log base 3 of 2 plus log base 3 of x. The third property is if there's any exponents, move it to the front. We don't have any exponents, so this is your final answer. You're just separating the 2 and the x with an addition sign. You're hanging in? Okay, number 2. Step number 1, you check for a fraction. No fraction. Step number 2, you check for a multiply. We do have a multiply. We're doing 10 and x. Well, x to the 5th. So we're going to separate this guy into log. This one has a base 10, so you don't write it down. Log of 10 plus log of x to the 5th. Then we check our third property. Is there an exponent? Yes, indeed, there is. So we're going to move this 5 to the front of the log it belongs to. So only to the front of this log, not in front of this guy because he's separate now. He's his own dude. We're going to move him to the front here. So this becomes log 10 plus 5 log x. See, it's just like a puzzle. Do you guys get what I mean by it's just like a puzzle? Maybe that's why I like these, because it's not very mathy. It's just rearrange all the things. Imagine if we got to have an explosion of confetti every time we got it right, like a real game. Hugo, come on. That would be messy. We did, her old coach, we did her 21st birthday at my house, and she did one of those confetti poppers. A year ago on March 25th, there is still confetti in my house. Every now and then, Deli or Murphy will come up and there's like a little confetti on their head. I do clean my house. I'm just saying, they stay around for a while. Okay, number 3. He's a doozy. He's got a lot going on. So, first thing we check for is a fraction, and this is the first one where we actually have a fraction. So we're going to separate it by subtraction, and we have to remember we're going to do x first, and then we're going to do 3y second, in that order. So this expands to natural log of x minus natural log of 3y. But we have the second rule to check. The second rule says, are there any products? Well, in this one, there's not. But in this one, there is. We can now separate out this 3y. So we say ln of x subtract ln of 3 plus ln of y. But wait, these guys go together because they came from the same log. So we have to be really careful about this subtraction right here. In order to get rid of that parenthesis, we have to distribute this subtraction sign to both terms. So this is one of the hardest ones you'll get because you have to remember that negative goes to both of the terms. So now what we have is natural log x subtract natural log 3 subtract natural log y. So he ends up being 3 subtractions. Okay. Oh, this guy's got a trick. So we check for a fraction, no fraction. We check for a multiply. This is a multiply. So this turns into log base 7 of 5 plus log base 7 of root x. However, root x can be written as an exponent. So this is log base 7 of 5, and there's lots of these on the practice you're about to do, plus log base 7 of x to the 1/2. Root x is the same thing as x to the 1/2. And like I said, your practice today is on paper, and you're going to take a picture of it and submit it in Canvas. And it has a lot of these root x guys. So remember, it's always 1/2. Now we take this 1/2 and we move them to the front. So log base 7 of 5 plus 1/2 log 7 of x. So fun. Are you having fun, Carly? So much fun? Okay. Okay, so before we try several, I want to give you a couple of more of these. Let's just write them down like right here. Like maybe let's draw a line here. We're out of ink. Okay, if you get a cube root, that's the same as x to 1/3. So any number that's there, you just say x to the 1 over that number. So like if you had a 7, which would be really unusual, it'd just be x to the 1/7. Then the other thing that I wanted to show you is that sometimes they'll put 2 things in the root. So this is the same as x to the 1/2, y to the 1/2. They each get their own 1/2 because they're both under the root. You're hanging in? Okay. Number 9 has all 3, so this problem right here. Ignore the solutions, just look at the problem. This guy has all 3 properties. Do you want to try it with me or without me? Okay, so I'm just going to cross out this 5 because we don't need it. And your practice problems are all just regular log or regular natural log. Step number 1, we're going to separate it out into subtraction. So you guys do that. Do that first. Log minus log. You try that without me. Take like 30 seconds. We'll check in. Okay, so this is log y to the 4th minus log 3x. Then the next thing is a subtraction, just kidding, an addition. So you're going to have log y to the 4th minus log of what? 3 plus log of x. But we know that this is really a parenthesis. So if this is a minus, this other guy is also a minus. Are you guys okay with that? Okay. So we just checked quotient rule, then we checked product rule, and the last thing to check is power rule, and you do have a power. This 4 needs to come down to the front. So our final answer on this guy is 4 log y subtract log 3 subtract log x. Holy moly. That's a big one. Okay, let's try some. On your whiteboard. Do you want to start with easy? Great. You can just write out the answer if you'd like. You don't have to write out the problem. Log 5 over x. That's our first one. If you need a marker, there's some on the Chromebook cart. Not optional. You need a whiteboard? That's interesting. Okay, let's go like 10. Five. 3, 2. Okay, show me. Okay, make sure you have 2 logs. Log 5 minus log x. Okay, let's go slightly more complicado. Log 5x over y. Roughly 30. About 10. Five, 3, 2. Okay, show me. Okay, don't erase. Check your answer. Do you guys understand why you only have 1 negative? So this starts off as log 5x minus log y. The only minus you have is the log y. Do you see what's happening there? Then you separate these into a plus. And this is still being subtracted. How did we get a double negative? You had the 5x or the 3x in the bottom. Do you see what happened there? I'll take that as a yes. Ten. Five. 3, 2. Okay, show me. Ooh. Log 4 plus 5 log x. Let's do natural log 5 root x. Let's go 20-ish. Ten. Five. 3, 2. Okay, show me. Oh, this guy was kind of a weirdo, right? So we change him to the natural log of x to the 1/5, and then we move that guy to the front. Easy, medium, or hard? No choking in this class, Carl. I'm choking on my spit. Get a grip. Oh, shamalama. It's going too fast. Is 20 seconds enough? Ten. Five. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
I think so. Log 5 plus 2 log x plus 3 log y. Should we go back to an easier one? Oh, this one's weird. Let's try this one.
Silly old.
This one looks weird, but he's really easy.
What?
Roughly 10.
Oh.
Five. 3, 2. Okay, show me. Ooh, professionals. You guys are professionals. Maybe 2 more? Would you guys feel okay about 2 more? Yes, we would. We'd feel awesome about that. These last 2 are the hardest ones you'll see. So I want to give you an opportunity to practice them. Let's go like 20. Roughly 10.
It's
5, 3, 2. Okay, show me. Ooh. 1/2 log x plus 1/2 log y. Okay, last one. Log 4x over 10y to the third. That bottom is 10y to the third. I'm rewriting it so it looks better. There, that one looks a little better. Yeah, this one is going to be long. Maybe like 20 seconds. Okay. This one's really bodacious. Log 4 plus log x minus log 10 minus 3 log y. Holy shamoly. Okay, so your assignment today is step number 1. I want you to take like 1 minute and circle or highlight all of these that should be expanded. So for instance, in box A, you can expand the bottom and the left-hand side. In box B, you can expand the left and the bottom again. So take a minute in each box and highlight or circle the ones that you think that you can expand. Really be doing it because I'm coming around the mountain. had done put mine. Okay, so verify. I'll go through and tell you. So I'm starting on box C because I already did A and B. C, I have the top and the right. In D, delta, I had nothing. Echo, I had the bottom. Foxtrot, I had the left and the right. I don't know what the word is for G. Gamma, I have the left, right, and bottom. H, I have nothing. Igloo, I have the left. Jack-o'-lantern, I have the left and the bottom. Kangaroo, I have the bottom. Lollipop, I have the left. Some of them are right. I'm pretty sure kangaroo's right.
What are you talking about?
There's a, I forget what it's called, but it's an alphabet that has the words instead of the letters. Like the military has an alphabet where it's like, this is for Sir, Foxtrot, Charlie, Delta, Igloo, Kangaroo. Because it's hard to tell letters. So like when you're communicating with the walkie-talkie, you'll notice now in movies. Just saying. Did I say L? Lambda.
You said
Lambda is left. Mango, that's not right, is bottom. Nancy is all of them. Octopus is bottom. And Penny is none. Did you get the same? Okay, now here's what you're going to do. Let's do this easy one first. So this O, the bottom one. This guy turns into log 2 subtract log y. Truth? Now, get my scissors out. And I gotta find the answer in another box. So I have O cut out. And now I'm looking in all of these other boxes for log 2 plus log y. And it is D. I found the answer in D. So I cut this guy out. And then I take the tape that I'm going to bring you. Where's my tape? Try to be so prepared. Carly D. Oh, it's over here. How am I allowed to teach people? And you're going to tape the two together because they match. Do you see what I'm saying?
Wait, does that mean with the boxes that have like 2 highlighted or whatever, the matching box is gonna have both of those answers?
I don't know because I've never really done one of these before. So, do you understand what's happening? I would maybe only go like one box at a time.
This is gonna get confusing real fast.
So by the time you're done, you'll have it taped together with all 16 boxes. You'll take a picture of it with your Chromebook or your cell phone, I don't care, and submit it to me in Canvas. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to bring you tape. If you're at home, you got to be doing this.
What's your art?